Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us on a Friday night at the Betfred World Matchplay. And I couldn't find the Betfred World Matchplay intro that we have for the Fallout Bar. So we went for the World Championship one instead. Why not?
I thought you were struggling a little bit there.
Yeah, absolutely was. If you
been a while, hasn't it?
Let me know. Let me know where it is. Yeah, very well. Good to have you with us. It is a late Friday night here in the UK. It's just gone 11:30. It is a wonderful Friday night at the Betfred World Matchplay. Normally, tonight, not necessarily the best darts we've ever seen. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think I'll give you that one. Absolutely.
It was, let's not talk about that overall. But yes, it's a very, very good evening to you. It is Jonathan and Cameron finally with you here on Online Darts, the only Betfred World Matchplay Fallout Bar place to be, of course. And of course, it is the only post-match reaction show getting all the drama dissected every single night. We'll be with you, of course, tomorrow for the semi-finals. Who is doing that? I have absolutely no idea, but it certainly won't be me because I'm in Wales. But there we go. Cameron, hello to you.
Wales, do they? You'll struggle there.
I have to say, they barely have running water. Sorry to everybody in Wales. Hi, Carwyn.
We've upset.
Hello, Wales. Hi, Gizzy. Good to see you. Look, it's
just like the good old days.
Oh, it really is. It really, really is. It's good to have. It's good to be back. It really is. Look, as I say, not the best night of darts. Let's be frank. But in the end, we have the two remaining semi-finalists, and have to say, one maybe a little bit surprising considering what had happened this week. The other one, no, not at all.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much spot on there, to be honest. You've covered it off. I think we're done now. That basically covered off exactly what we needed to say. Thanks, everyone. We're done. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we're off. We're off to go and have a beer. Look, let's go into it then, shall we? Very good evening to everybody that's already in the chat room. Liam, Patrick, Video Smurf. That's a very good name. Shelty says, evening all, Mr. Darts Nights. Looking forward to hearing all about it. Spoiler alert, Shel, it was bobbing. So, but stay with me.
Done the best thing. Just listen to us chat about it rather than actually watch it. Don't catch up.
Ade says, Backsmith at 6-5 to win double with MVG to win and most 180s at 4-9. Very, very good. Well done. Hope you managed to get that. Of course, who are, of course, our title sponsors. They are the sponsors of the World Matchplay, and they are offering new customers. If you bet £10 right now, you'll get 50 quid in free bets, which is excellent value. So if you are a new customer, head over to Betfred right now. Go and get that offer because
it'd be wonderful if I wasn't already a customer.
I'm about to say, if Betfred are listening, please can you extend that to existing customers because that would be excellent.
At least the ones that are sat here talking about it with the branding.
Very good point. Look, we've got to dissect it. Let's try and go through it. Look, let's start off at the beginning. Yeah, wonderful place to start, as we always know. Christ, MVG versus Andrew Gilding. Again, the whole night was a tough watch, but the first 15 legs of this were a very tough watch. And Andrew Gilding, look, I have all the respect in the world for a man that's gone and won a major and has gone and won one of what I would call the ironic Grand Slam of darts. Do you know what I mean? I always say that the four biggest of the tournaments are the Worlds, the Matchplay, the World Grand Prix, and the UK Open. I always say that. I've said it consistently. I don't listen to a television company try and promote a glorified expo as part of so-called Triple Crown. But
I don't know what you mean, Charlie. I thought you were a big fan of that tournament.
I don't mind
I love.
I ain't got a problem with the Premier League. It's just
you love the Premier League. You think it's one of the biggest tournaments in the world. You love the 100. You are
the 100 guy
himself.
I'm very excited for Tuesday. I'm actually quite excited for Tuesday now. Genuinely, that is me even taking the piss. I'm actually quite excited for Tuesday. But on a serious note, like I say, I've got all the respect in the world for a man that's gone and won a major televised title. But look, it's a bridge too far. It was always going to be a very difficult ask to go and beat Michael van Gerwen over a 31, best of 31 at least. And in the end, Michael van Gerwen showed his class and towards the back end of the match ran away with it.
Yeah, exactly that. He just had too much for him in the end. I think there was a point where it was close and Gilding could have potentially gone 7-3 up, I think it was. I think that was where this game sort of turned at that point, and even at 8-6 for Gilding, you still kind of felt MVG was in it. And the odds showed at that point as well, because I think he was still 1-4 to go and reel off the win. And we just saw him do what we know he's so good at. He just put it together. There were a couple of legs there. I think the leg to get back to 8-all, he went 6 perfect.
Yeah.
There were another couple of times where he went relatively deep into a 9 as well, at least 4 darts in later on. And yeah, just outlasted him really, and just had too much over the format really. And Gilding will probably be a little bit disappointed with his performance. I think he was probably not quite well. He definitely wasn't at his best. I mean, he's averaged in the 80s, and sort of if you're going to do that and only be 40% on your doubles, you're going to struggle. And despite Van Gerwen having 3,000 darts at double, he still managed to get over the line and get 16 of them.
Yeah, I mean, the key thing for me on this one is the fact that, like, I think the key moment of the match in terms of how it swung. Look, Gilding was 8-6 up. He was still in the game. He'd gone halfway there. He was living on a prayer. Not literally at that point, but you know what I mean. And then he didn't win another leg to the 25th leg. By that point, MVG was 14-9 up.
Yeah, like, the game's done.
That's that middle blitz there, but it goes to show what people who know MVG. I'm looking at you, Philip Bars, has said for a while that yes, there might be moments where he does drop off, but there is also those moments where he just goes and fires in darts for fun, and that's exactly what he did. The old saying goes that if you're going to get Van Gerwen in a tournament, you have to get him early, or you don't do it at all. Would I be surprised if he goes and defended £200,000 and goes and wins the world match play? No, not at all. Not
9-1 was a very, very silly price at the start of the week. I had him beating Littler, and if you don't get him in that early round, that he's gonna go deep. Important question in the chat that we have to go to from Addy there. Am I on the red stuff tonight? That is a very important question. I'm not. I've been doing some work for the podcast at the cricket tonight, so I've been on coffee beforehand, and I've come home. I've not even had a chance to go to the shop and get a bottle of red in. I am on water.
I've gone for the low alcohol because I've got a driver.
On the low alcohol, I'm on the water. It's not going to be the excitement that we sometimes get on the fallout bar, where I might be a little bit steaming.
I'm glad you're not tonight. Look, this is look. As much as we take the mick and all that sort of stuff a little bit, and as much as we've been saying Gilding won't be happy with the performance, look, he's got back into the top 20. You know, he's now in world number 19. He's got back some of the money that he won at the UK Open. Could it set him up for a big back end of the year? Who knows? But listen, you've got to try and get there. You know, and you've got to try and get those tournaments. And like I say, he's got an opportunity now to go and try and really push on. He's obviously just outside the World Grand Prix qualification places, but you know, a Matchplay quarterfinal is nothing to be sniffed at. No,
exactly. Like you say, he's just outside the qualification places, but he's done himself sort of no harm, has he?
No, not at all. We'll hold the chat on Van Gerwen for a moment, because let's hear from him now. Here he is.
My scoring was so much better than his, but you still have to do the right things there for yourself and make sure you hit the doubles at the right moments, because I also could have been 7-3 down if he hit the 2 darts on, I think, top double 10, I can't really remember. But I won, and that's the only thing what counts for me at the moment. So I just winding myself up too much. You know what I mean? I know I've got the ability to hurt him, to make him suffer, but then you have to do it at the right moments. And I was missing too many doubles. I think I was on 25% of my doubles after 10 legs or something. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't put yourself in that position, but when you don't do the right things, that can happen. But more important, it was a really long game, so you have time to recover, you have time to try to get over it, and that's what I did. My preparation is exactly the same if it was Luke Littler, Phil Taylor, Glenn Durant, Anderson, whoever it is. You always need to prepare yourself 100%, otherwise you're failing yourself. You do something not right. You know what I mean? You always need to take everyone serious, try to do the right things. Sometimes it doesn't work there, and you don't do the right thing in the game, but still the preparation always has to be good.
He basically his entire interview was do the right things at the right time, but he didn't actually say his catchphrase. Like he did everything but say his catchphrase, but said everything about it without saying it. Do the right things in the right moments.
But that is a semi-final again at Blackpool for Philip. Sorry, for Philip. I was thinking Philip Douglas Taylor.
Philip
Douglas has now returned. Look, that's another semi-final at the World Matchplay for Michael van Gerwen. The man just knows how to do it. You know, that is the third semi-final now for him in 4 years. Only time he hasn't made the semi-final since COVID was 2023, obviously, when Dolan knocked him out first round last year. As much as everyone says he's finished, he's this, he's washed, he's whatever, he hasn't won a ranking title this season.
He's not finished.
He's not even 28. I think he's unfortunately 32 now. So
he is.
But you have to still go and defeat one of the greatest players of all time if you're going to go and win this match play. I think. And yes, the road has been a bit of an easy one, potentially, if we can say that.
It's been Southgate-esque, hasn't it?
For certainly, at the moment, he absolutely. I mean, look, Littler didn't perform anywhere near his best, even though he still averaged under 2. Cullen missed darts at a double, again, very similar to the Premier League final a couple of years ago. And now he's just steamrolled Andrew Gilding with a 5-leg blitz that has won him the game. For someone who's finished, he's not been too bad.
No, he's doing pretty well. And like you say, he's dangerous for anyone at this stage in a tournament.
I think we just lost Cam there for a second. Let's see if we're getting back. Oh, there we go. Hello, Cameron. Sorry, you were answering that question.
I think we lost you. I said, well, I don't know. I don't know who we lost there. We've lost one of us, both of us, maybe all of us. Basically, he's dangerous for anyone at this stage in the tournament. Is what essentially I was saying if it didn't come across first time.
Yeah, look, I mean, at the end of the day, he is a last 4 member again at the semi-final. He's defending £200,000, and he's got a hell of a chance of doing that. He could make the final. He's probably going to go off favourite, and rightly so, for the final. For the semi-final tomorrow. But again, it's just so simple. The man makes 100 averages look pedestrian, and that is, to me, the biggest star quality that you can have as a player. That you can go and make really good averages look very pedestrian, and MVG's been doing that certainly the last couple of years. And
him, Humphreys,
Littler,
they're all doing it at the moment. Where the average a ton, and you look at it and think he's played crap there, and they haven't whatsoever. But yeah, they've just got that.
Very good.
That little thing in them that they can do that. Joel's got very excited in the chat. You've got way early on the predictions. You can't be in that early.
Well, you never know. It's good. It's
earlier
good
than when you conceived your child.
We're going to move on. Sorry, Rose. Okay. If this is you sober, then Jesus Christ, I don't want to be dealing with you.
I'm even better when I'm sober. I'm great. I'm right on the ball.
You're great company all the time, Chief, and that's why I like doing the podcast with you. By the way, I don't care. You can follow us at T20 Plus Pod if you want to come back. That's side. Yeah. If you like your cricket, follow the pod. We're going to do a review on Monday. Right, I'm going to get it in there. Sorry, Balzi. Let's talk about the other quarterfinal tonight. Look, we might as well talk about the cricket in all fairness, because this other quarterfinal was utter dross again. Look, and I say that nicely as I possibly can do. Rob Cross will know that it wasn't a great performance. Look, everything 96 plays 94. Similar on the tons, maybe a little bit more for Smith. Similar on the 140s, 180s, 8 to 7. And then you look at that double stats: 16 of 40 for Smith, 40%. Rob Cross, 7 of 34. Not very good.
Not only that, but that was probably where it improved a little bit at the end. He missed 18 darts at double 16 and double 8.
What are you doing going for 16? Like he is. And I know Gob has said this on Twitter.
He's excellent at 16s and 8s generally, to be fair.
He did win the worlds on double 16 in all fairness. So okay, to be fair, in fairness. But anyway, on a serious note, if it's not working for you, switch to the 18s that you are so good at. And he proved it as well.
Yeah, well, obviously friend of the show, Gob. That's what we usually call him on the podcast. He's more than friend of the show on here, isn't he?
He basically runs this station, in all fairness.
Yeah. The way he worded it when he missed another dart at double 16 after leaving it again was the fact that he had missed 47,290,264 lights in 16 tonight, which shows you exactly what he needed to do at that stage was switch to the double 18, and he did it towards the end. Obviously, there's a wonderful 144 in there on all the 18. Just should have been there a lot earlier.
Yeah, and look, obviously Smith ran away with the game early doors, won the first 3 legs, and then it just kind of followed from there, really. I mean, there was no real fight back from Cross at any stage of the contest.
It was too late, wasn't it? He was too far back. Like, when you're 10-3 down, I think he was. And that was another break to go 10-3 down as well. It's just, you're not coming back from that, not against someone as good as Smith. And Smith's stats don't look all that good when you look at them in isolation, but I thought it was a really, really solid performance from him, and he just did what he needed to do to win the game. He knew he was going to get opportunities, and he took them.
I think the key for me is that, like, you know, he won both of the opening mini sessions 4-1, and when you do that, you're pretty much settled for the rest of the game. You know, you're halfway there at that point in a quarter final. It's going to take something very, very special from your opponent to come back. We've seen that before with Rob Cross, obviously, at the match play. We remember the 2019 when he was, I think it was 15-9 down to Daryl Gurney at that point, and then he came back and reeled off 8 legs on the spin to get to the final. And then don't forget as well what happened in the final the next day when he won 9 legs on the spin against Michael Smith in the end. It was 9-0 before Smith got on the board and again ran away with it. Cross just came on the end of it, came, you know, on the other end of it this time.
Yeah, exactly that. And he'll be kicking himself because it's not awful by any means, a 94 average, but up until that point, I think his tournament average was 103. So to drop off that much in a quarter final from what you have been doing the 2 games before is going to hurt a little bit, because he was playing some of the best darts, if not the best darts of anyone in the tournament going into these quarterfinals. And there'll be a lot of people that would have really fancied him to not just go deep, but go all the way and lift this trophy. And it's going to feel probably a little bit like an opportunity missed, because I think if you'd offered him before the game, Smith averaging 96, he'd have bit your hand off for it, because he'll think, I'll beat him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And the key thing for Rob Cross is that the only thing that he's defending really this over the next couple of years is the Grand Slam final. I know he made a semi-final this year at the World Championships, but that obviously isn't going to go on his ranking until next year. But obviously, he made the Grand Slam final last year. I mean, he's got money to defend with the Players' Championships. He's got a final to defend at the Players' Championships, and he's basically covered half of it.
Yeah, it's nothing massive that he's got to sort of defend. It's not going to impact his ranking particularly much, but I don't think he actually really cares about that either. I think what he cares about is adding trophies to the collection, and this was probably a pretty good opportunity to do so.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. But it's a big win for Michael Smith. Let's talk about him and his opportunity now. Look, you're going to go and play. It's 2 versus 3 in the world, certainly in the standings. Obviously, he has jumped above Michael van Gerwen, although Michael van Gerwen cannot jump above him now because of Michael Smith getting to the semi-final. There'll be 250 quid in it, but Michael Smith will end this tournament the world number 2 regardless.
Yeah,
it's a big week this for Buddy Boy, because again, look at the way that he's come through that. He's come through an absolute big couple of massive games. He's come through against Gary Anderson. He's come through against Chris Dobie, and now he's come through against Rob Cross. If he goes and beats Michael van Gerwen and then potentially Luke Humphries or James Wade in the final, that is one of the great match play runs. One of the great match play runs.
Yeah, that's right up there with as good as I can think of. I'm struggling to think of anything that would be better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it's a big thing for him. Look, it's another easy-ish pass to a quarter into a semi-final for him. Just wonder if the fact that he hasn't been tested is a big thing for him.
You think? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure that really matters.
Oh, we'll see. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to hear from the man who made the semi-finals of Betfred World Matchplay. Next, I think that's probably the right thing to do. Let's go and listen to what Michael Smith said in his press conference just a moment ago.
He could come tomorrow with the 104, 105 and I could do the same. But we can't base anything off tonight because I know what Michael's like and he knows what I'm like. We'll forget about what's just happened. We're in a semi-final at the match play. Unlucky for me, he's won it 3 times and not won it yet, but we literally forget about what's happened tonight and it's a new game tomorrow and hopefully it's one of the best games that the crowd can see. I say it all the time, I try to forget about things, I try to do things differently, I just try to focus on the day, but you can't forget about losing the final. I've lost, 11 major finals before I won my first. Lost 2 World Championships before I won my first one. It is hard to forget about it because you tell yourself, I've been here twice before, I'm going to lose, I've been here once before, I've done this before and you lost. So it is hard. It's hard to convince yourself that it's a new game, but yeah, just even playing Rob then, it was a bit of redemption. 2019, I was 9-0 down, didn't even hit nothing, and then I think I got back to 11-8 or 11-9, and then I just went back to normal. But no, it's one of them things, just getting used to it, and I just know what's going to happen tomorrow. Me and Michael are going to be on it. We're going to be fast paced, and we're going to have fun. No, because I always see myself as like people are happy when they draw me. Like it could be worse. You could be getting Gary Anderson, like I said, Van Gerwen. You could be getting Luke Humphries. So when they get me, it's like they're happy to get me, but show them why they shouldn't be happy. So I know Van Gerwen now. He's probably thinking Rob Cross is probably the better player in this tournament, and now he's got me. He might think that, but I know what Michael's going to get. He knows how I can play. We're good friends on and off the hockey, but tomorrow it's going to be difficult. But his game's going to be difficult, so is mine, and you just got to think that, because so many times when I played him, I've just let him walk over me. So now, after that World Final, I don't think I've played him much since then. So this is like it's a nice rematch now.
Listening to him there, that's quite interesting, I think he knows that he's a different player now that he got over the hump in terms of winning the big one. And I think that he thinks he's ready to go and win another major title. It's been obviously 18 months since he won that World Championship. He's spending £500,000, on his ranking this year. I think he's ready to go and win one, and obviously he'll be halfway to defending the money. So that's another thing as well for him.
Yeah, exactly that. I'm not so sure what he's on about when he said, I've not played him much since we played in that World Final. Just week in, week out in the Premier League.
Every single night, it feels like in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's played him bloody loads of times since then.
Yeah. Right, what we're going to do now then is, because we've only got 2 games to look back on, we've only got 2 games to preview. It is, though, Cam, one of the most special days in darts. There's about 4 or 5 every year that I honestly love. World Grand Prix quarter-final day, that is one of them. The opening day of the UK Open, that is always one of them. Quarter-final day at the World Championships, because that is, I think, genuinely the best day in darts, because of the quality, and you get 9 sets and all the rest of it. But the most special leg play day of the year is semi-final Saturday at the Betfred World Matchplay. You can't get much better than this. 2 unbelievable semi-finals on paper. It's now a chance for the crowd to go mental. You've got, a bouncing crowd in Blackpool. You've been there for a week. We're now down to the final 4. As I say, it's just one of those days that when you look at the darting calendar every single year, you really do circle semi-final Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. It is one of the greatest nights that you will experience. And if you've not been and not done one, absolutely urge you, if you can do, to get to one, because there is just something special about it. I mean, there's something special about this venue anyway, and this tournament, but especially this semi-final Saturday is just probably the best day of the lot.
Yeah, 100%. You get two great semi-finals, certainly in this case on paper, and you get 4, maybe 3, maybe even 4 hours of just utter brilliance on the hockey. So if you are looking
Trilogy and Pop World.
Oh yes, Trilogy and Pop World on a Saturday night. I tell you, if you've never done that on a Saturday night in Blackpool, goodness gracious me, you do see some utter sights, and it is marvelous. Yes, Daniel,
we are not jealous whatsoever.
No.
Just currently kicking you from the chat room. That's all.
Correct. And Patrick said the All Ireland tomorrow. Well, it's Sunday. Well, I guess we are nearly Saturday, but yeah, the Cork versus Clare.
Close enough at this point. We're 3 minutes off.
Yeah, Cork versus Clare will be an absolute cracker of a hurling final. So if you have got something to watch, obviously the Women's World Matchplay.
Putting her on her own in it against.
What's that?
Putting her on her own against Cork.
Oh, there you go. Absolutely. But yeah, if you aren't watching the Betfred Women's World Matchplay, watch that and then go and watch the All Ireland final straight after that, because it will be an absolute cracking game of hurling. And hurling is just mental as it is. Right, we've padded it out long enough. Time to preview the two games. Starting off, it'll be Luke Humphries, the world number 1, the world champion, the favourite before a dart was thrown. He takes on a man who, let's be honest about it, we didn't expect to see in the semi-finals, but fair play to him for what he's done this week. James Wade. Did you? I don't know whether you watched on the Wednesday evening when me and Mr. Simpson were on his interview, where he just kept repeating James Wade. He just kept saying, "I'm James Wade." I was like, it was essentially that picture in an interview. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we've got the world number 1 and world champion Luke Humphries up against the 180 machine James Wade, as we're going to have to call him now after the quarter-final efforts. After the quarter-final.
If he does get the final, not only that, he's back in the top 16.
He is.
So big. He's already gone up to world number 18.
Because he's getting smoked.
You think?
I did say this when he played Ross Smith as well. But he is definitely getting smoked off Luke Humphries. Luke Humphries is just too good at the moment. He will be better over the long format, and I think he'll just outlast him. It'll be similar. Wade will average more and probably play better than what Gilding did today, but it's going to remind me of that sort of performance and that sort of game. I think that over the scoring power of Humphries will be too good. I think that was an anomaly what we saw from Wade with the fact that he hit 13 180s the other night. I can't see him doing that again.
No, I'm inclined to agree. I mean, look, Wade knows how to win this title. He's obviously done it in 2007, made the final in 2006 on debut. You know, he's coming into this with absolutely, I don't care, I swear, fuck all to lose in this game, right? And the key thing is that Luke Humphries has got everything on his shoulders, absolutely everything on his shoulders. I don't see a way that Luke Humphries doesn't win this game, because, as you say, I totally agree with you in terms of scoring power. There's much more there. The key, I've always said this about a James Wade game. The key of the James Wade game is that you have to be able to break him in 12 darts, and Luke Humphries has that capability to do it multiple times. Because no matter what you can say about Wadey, he will always basically hold throw within 15. He'll average near to a ton. He'll take out a couple of big checkouts, #Wading, and then he'll try and break it. His modus operandi is win the ball, win the opening leg, get the break, and then try and hold. 3-0 up, you're almost there with an opportunity. But the key thing is that works against certain players. It doesn't work with a Luke Humphries.
Because he will just fire in 12s and 10s and 11s and possibly even a 9 if he fancies it.
You're going for it. You saying there's going to be a 9-0?
I'm not quite predicting it, but go on, sorry. They're always
Yes, 2 9-darters. We saw what Matt said from Betfred, that there was a special on that 4-1 at the start of the week. So we've already had one with Dimmy.
Yeah, go on then. Humphries hits the 9-darter on the way to beating James Wade 17-11.
17-11. That was a very similar score that I had as well. I think, do you know what? Sorry, I'll go 17-12. Why not? You know, I think what will happen is that Humphreys will go probably 15-8, maybe 15-7, 15-8. Wade will come back for a bit of a bash, but then Humphreys will find a couple of legs, and I think Luke will make the final for the first time in the Betfred World Matchplay, as the world number one and world champion should do, because of just how far in the order of merit he is above everybody else. But now then, it is between the second and third seed then to determine who will meet, we believe, Luke Humphreys in the final. Michael van Gerwen versus Michael Smith. Obviously, this is the first time they played over an extended distance, at least.
Mr. Simpson, I know he's been there tonight as well. Has he had a couple of shirts? He's definitely.
How are you? Yeah, I was just going to say, this is the first time they played over a long format since that. They're both on nines. They're both on a 9 moment. The darts heard round the world. What do we think for this? Because I think this one will be a lot closer, at least.
I think this is a wonderful game. And I think this both play well. I think this will be... It suits them both the way they both play. They just get on with it. They play at a decent pace. And I think that we'll see them both get into a rhythm. And it'll be back and forth. There'll be breaks of throw, left, right, and centre. We're going to see 10 breaks of throw in this game, at least. And
that'd be a nice picky punt on Betfred.
I know. 10 breaks of throw. Just throw 10s in everything. 10 breaks of throw, 10 180s each. And 5 ton plus checkouts in there. To be a great little punt, this.
Great picky punt on Betfred.
And in the end, Michael Smith will come out on top and win 17-15.
I'm
absolutely not be shocked if it goes the other way by the same scoreline.
I'm going to go one better than that. We're going to Fergie time.
Oh yeah, are you going for? I was tempted, and the only reason I didn't, because I was really, really tempted the other night. So much so that I did. I had 11-9 the other night when he was playing Dobie when me and Mr. Simpson were on. And last second, I changed my mind and went for extra legs and changed it to 13-11, I think. But then it finished up 11-9. So I'm not predicting extra legs again because I ruined myself by doing so.
I'm gonna go. I think this goes 5 extra legs. If you want me to be honest,
that is bold.
But it can't do. It has to go 6. That's a stupid thing for me to say, because that's literally how it works. But yeah, no, I think.
Which way are you going?
I think no. Actually, no. I'm not going with 6. I'm going with 4. 4 extra legs, because obviously when it gets to 16 all, that's when we go to extra legs. We have to. That's literally how it works. I think that Michael van Gerwen wins 19-17.
Okay, I like that. Just to throw a couple about the chat, Joel, who went very early with his, went 17-15. Smith, very smart man is Joel, I would say.
Yes.
He also had Humphreys beating Wade 17-13, which is a bit tighter than we thought. Who else have we got in there? We have got...
Dan's also said 17-15 Smith, same as you.
Well, he's been on the show, so that makes me think I might be wrong. We've got 17-14 Smith from Video Smurf as well. And I'm putting David's up, even though I usually refuse to do so if someone doesn't go as far as giving us a score, because I just like to pretend I'm in charge.
Who's in charge? Can we get away with that yet? Or not?
No, I don't think so. I was going to go for the look at me, I'm the captain now, rather than that one. But if you want to, go down that road, Mr. Eaton, you go down that road.
Marble did it on his one, so I think we can get away with it.
If you want to go down that road, you can go there on your own. I will not be there.
But you can if you like, but I won't be there. Right, on that bombshell, then I think we better get out of here quickly before Betfred sue us and stop doing the sponsorship. But once again, a massive thank you to Betfred, as title sponsor of the Betfred World Matchplay and sponsors of our channel throughout the week in Blackpool.
If you do want to sponsor our podcast as well, that'd be great. Let's have a little look down. We will talk about the odds for every game when we do our previews.
Yeah. DMs are open, 100% Betfred. But remember, though, if you're a new customer, You can get £10 in, bet £10, get £50 in free bet. Excellent offer, 100% go. Recommend using them. Betfred, go via their app or go on the website and you will be able to find it there. Thanks very much indeed for your company. Cam, thanks again. I will speak to you no doubt Monday for our cricket pod that we're doing.
And over the weekend as we go. But
yes. And thank you again for staying up so late. If you are in the UK in particular, it is 6 minutes past midnight, so we are going to head out of here from the Fallout Bar. That is us signing off. We really do appreciate your company as always. We are down a 4 then in the Betfred World Match Play. It'll be Luke Humphries and James Wade, followed by Michael Van Gerwen against Michael Smith, who will make it to the Betfred World Match Play final and go one step closer to lifting the trophy. Enjoy semi-final Saturday. We'll be back with the Fallout Bar for the final time tomorrow. From us all here on the Online Darts YouTube channel. Thanks again for your company. Take care. Good night.